Back now with Kevin's barn. Kevin's had a pretty strong year. He's had his ups and his downs, and his horses that have done good, and they've had their poor races too. We all have. That's what happens when you have a stable. So let's get right into it. Adrenaline Rush, aside from last week, has had a very solid season. 2 for 2. 2 out of his last 2 are wins heading into last week. I'm sure he'll finish off the year with a bang. I hope he will. But he's had a pretty good year nonetheless. Better's Hope is turned out right now. He is going to be out for a little bit longer. Broadway Roll. The other day, Kevin said, I'd like to see her on the front, and the guy didn't leave with her, blah, blah, blah. It's not a big deal. It is what it is. As I said to Kevin, I said, just try and get her some experience, and then when we get to London, when London opens up and the classes are a little watered down, we'll get some experience on her. I'm certain we can win with her, and at that point, we'll decide, are we keeping her or are we selling her? And that will be a decision that will be made by Kevin and myself at some point down the road a little bit. Guys, Here, buddy. They do open. It's called packaging.
I can wear my own.
Okay, buddy. Well, where are you going with mine? Oh, thanks. Where are we at here? Broadway Roll, Cruising in Style, 9-hole last week, 10-hole this week. Man, oh man, this is not going to be a good 2 weeks for Cruising in Style. He's on the gate, leave and sit type of horse, not leave out of the 9-hole or take back out of the 9-hole. That's a guaranteed loser right off the bat. Trailing post 10, that might be a difficult spot also. We will see this week. Don't believe me, just watch. It's not shocking that he couldn't do in the grassroots. Not a big deal. We'll find a class for him where he can do. He's had a great start to the year, although belated, but a great start to the year. Miss Brampton Beast is back jogging now. Kevin will have her training soon. Need Your Opinion flat last night again. This affiliate's very odd also. Took a mark at 52-1 and just looked bionic doing it. And now we got her in a place where we thought she'd be doing some good, and she seems to be struggling. So, number 1, figure out what's going on. Number 2, treat it and address it. Hello, Addie Bear. How are you? Oh, you got juice? Nice. There's 2 at the door. We took them both off.
Yeah, there's one in the kitchen now.
Well, that's the dog then. We have a dog that's stealing shoes. Hi, buddy. Sunshine in May was another horse, same as Broadway Roll. We'll probably find her way in London this fall, but raced good the other day at Flamborough. Cyrus Blue Chip. This will be it for him today. He'll get turned out for the fall. He's just too well bred to not give him a chance to come back and to not have him come back and be an effective 3-year-old. To what extent that is an overnight horse, a claimer, a conditioned horse, I'm not sure. A stake horse, I have no idea. But we'll find out with Cyrus Blue Chip soon enough. Time Houdini drew poorly again this week. Trying to find a good spot for him. We'll see how that makes out over the coming weeks. But 7 in that straight numbers of 3 is a tough hill to climb. But we'll see how he does it. Where we was up is on stall rest until we get him cleaned up. He had injured his leg. He needs some time off. Then he needs to have a crowd, I believe. And then he'll be back midwinter next year. Watch Avenue. Kevin asked me to take him to Sarnia next week to try and get in a softer spot until Woodbine's, condition claimer groups start opening up again after the stakes. Smart idea, very, very well put, and that's what we'll do. So Admirable, I'm sorry I'm jumping around. So Admirable has been fantastic. Another horse you never would have guessed. 3 seconds in a win in 4 starts in 2020 from a filly that really was just kind of in the middle, training down. And then Zeb Sunshine is racing. Zeb Sunshine is racing tonight at this afternoon at Kawartha Downs. Hoping from good things out of him. I see we got him in the condition claimer. That's good. I was hoping he put him in there. Hope to see him do some good today at Kawartha Downs. So that's Kevin's barn. I might have missed one. I don't think it. Tanzanite Tricks. I talked in an earlier video about how her white count was a little high and we're trying to combat that. It happened a couple of times with these horses that got sick. They appeared to get over it. Hi. They seem to be fine. And then you go to race them and you draw their blood. Yeah?
You mean like Willie?
Who?
Willie?
No. And then you go to race them and their white counts are high. So I think it's the last stage of getting them over it. Obviously that didn't affect her gait last time. He had a couple of breaks. So it just hasn't been a great year for Tanzanite Tricks. But this affiliate's shown some ability and talent. And I'm eager to see her show it a little bit more in the fall. So that's where we're at with all these horses. Kevin's barn. We'll be back in a minute with Jason's barn, last one, but certainly has had a great year also.